Good morning and welcome to the best breakfast show in Singapore. We are The Big Show, Glenn, Angel, FD, Shaun, and every Tuesday we're joined by Miss Sunshine herself, the Doctor of Sunshine, Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. Good morning, Jerry.
Hi everyone, so happy. It's like every time you give me that award each week, you know.
We're gonna print you a T-shirt, Little Miss Sunshine, Doctor Sunshine. I think that's better. Yeah.
Sunshine on my shoulders, make me happy.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Speaking of awards, you've recently received somewhat of an award, haven't you?
Yes.
Tell us more.
Come. Let's show off a little bit. Champions of Good, and it's held by NVPC, so National Volunteer and Philanthropic Center, and really proud to get the award. Because I was there with all the big companies like UBS, like Changi Group, and mine was like this tiny little organization. So really proud, very proud of my team for making it happen. So it's about giving. So they want to build a community of giving. And I'm very proud to say that my center does not only for profit, we also give back to the community. So, yeah.
We're very proud of
that's
you.
Great.
Yeah.
And a little bit told me that the Deputy Prime Minister was guest of honor at this event.
Yes, he was. I shall aim to have him give me the trophy the next time.
You mean he didn't give you the trophy?
No. So there are some of the bigger companies that have been awarded for the fourth time over. So this is the first time that we are getting. So we are going to work hard and work harder every year.
Okay.
Nice.
Congratulations
Well done, Jerry.
to the therapy room and Dr. Geraldine Tan.
Yeah, we're so happy that you come on the show every week, and we're proud to say that you're our friend as well.
Nice.
Yes. So cannot sit on my couch, but can be my friend.
I wasn't heading that way. I wasn't. Don't worry. I don't work on Glenn's behalf.
Everything what Glenn might say.
Okay. So let's get into today's topic. We hear that you've recently visited some repeat offenders or something.
Ex-offenders.
Ex-offenders.
So ex-offenders are very, very pleased. So we the accelerator. So XOA is Ex-Offenders Accelerator Program, is held by Architects of Life. So I was very privileged to be invited there and to hear the stories of some of these ex-offenders, as well as to see and hear about what they learned in that program. So a lot of concepts that they have learned, and they would apply it in their lives.
So do they all feel like criminals? Because here in Singapore, it doesn't take very much to feel like a criminal. I feel like a criminal right now. You know why? Because I received a letter yesterday, and it was a traffic fine. From the Sentosa Development Corporation traffic police.
Yes, you were driving too fast there then.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought those cameras there was for
fake.
show.
Yeah.
No,
they have their own little government.
But here's
there,
the funny
don't they?
thing, right? I don't think many people know. So they're not exactly under the traffic police.
No, they're
it's
not.
different.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing. It's almost like Sentosa is their own
autonomous island, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
overseas, that's why.
It is, yeah.
like the Vatican City of
Exactly.
Singapore, or
It
something
is.
like that.
It is.
You know,
They're untouchable.
So
almost.
initially, I was thinking like, is this even real? Exactly. If I don't pay the fine,
What will happen?
what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And I looked below. They said, if you don't pay a fine by this date, then you have to pay $2,000.
Oh.
But if you pay now, it's $75.
Okay.
So it's very different. The letter is very, very different. It looks different. And
What was
and
it?
all
A
that.
speeding fine, was it?
Yes.
And if you don't pay both,
I was traveling at like 70 kilometers an hour. I think that area there is 50 kilometers,
50,
which is
right.
damn stupid.
That's
Can
it.
I just say 50 kilometers an hour? Come on.
Well, because they have a lot of bicycles and scooters.
Speaking of, I
people
saw a bicycle
walking.
go past me.
Faster than you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. All right.
speeding. If you don't pay the fine, they'll
Sometimes.
put you on the island, no?
Yeah, they'll leave you there. Which island?
The small one.
The-
But
Palawan.
whatever the case is, my point is, I feel like a criminal.
Okay.
Oh, you poor thing.
So,
Yeah,
Dr.
so-
Jerry.
Did you pay the fine?
Immediately, excess, boom. Straight away. $75,
Of course you
go feed the peacocks. Go buy bird food for the peacocks,
They're not going to
Sentosa.
open the gantry if he doesn't pay that $75.
And thank you very much, Sentosa. I mean, I know you're celebrating your 50th
Yep.
anniversary.
Yep.
No ang pao from me. The $75 is your ang pao.
Okay, let's speak about giving second chances on the Big Show TV.
Okay.
Dr. Jerry, so what was your encounter like with these ex-offenders?
Really heartwarming, very beautiful. I think Glenn asked, do they feel like criminals? I think many times there are two people or two groups of people that make us feel like criminals. The people who think we are criminals and the person ourselves that think we are criminals. So these are the two groups. But they are so warm, so personable. They made a mistake. They know they've made a mistake and they are asking for an opportunity. Yeah. And, the thing about second chances is it's not about condoning. A lot of times, people ask, so I must, just take in everything. I must just tahan everything for the wrong this person have done for me. No, it's not about condoning something bad. It is about giving that opportunity and helping that person break the habit and do something differently.
But sometimes it's not even a habit, right? It's a one-off thing that happens. Because not all crimes committed as something like a serial crime or something like that.
Perhaps we are just looking at one event itself. We are looking at breaking the pattern of behavior. Or sometimes you are looking at breaking even a generational pattern of behavior. What are we talking about? Things like substance abuse. Great-great-grandfather might be taking opium, and then the father might be alcoholic, and then, the person themselves might be taking substances. So you have that generational pattern that we would like to break at some point in time.
Okay.
When we say about giving people chances, I mean, it's hard. Because we need to be able to trust.
Why do you say it's hard, though? I mean,
I think for a lot of people it's hard.
I think a lot of people see it as
It's a matter
breaking
of trust. It's a matter of trust. I think that is the stumbling block.
I think it's important to give everyone a second chance.
Absolutely.
But you said it's hard. But after you give them a second chance, if they betray your trust, then I think, we need to be wary.
No third chance,
you know what I mean?
basically.
But that second chance is so important. Second chance.
The second chance is very important. I
Yeah.
think everybody deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
Because nobody is perfect. We're all going to make mistakes.
But as you said, it's still...
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard. From a business point of view, it's hard.
From a business point of view?
Yeah. Because
hiring
it's
them.
not just society that has to give them a second chance. Employers have to give them a second chance because they've got to get out there and get a job in order to break the pattern.
But you see, we're all encouraged to give everyone a second
Yes.
chance. Even the government stands behind the
Yes.
Yellow Ribbon Project, and all that,
Absolutely.
So
which
do
is
I.
all about the second chance.
Yes.
So do I.
Yes.
So do I.
How hard is it tell us a little bit more about second chances, Dr. Jerry. I mean, because
It's very difficult to talk about this topic. We didn't
is.
realize how difficult this topic
seems
was,
easy
right?
enough, right? It's like, give me a
Yes.
second chance.
Yes.
You've done something, give me a second chance.
But I think it's easy for me. I'll give everybody a second chance.
Betrayal of trust is you would even...
I always give someone a second chance. But once the person does that to me a second time, finish. That's it. Out of my life.
Yeah.
Like, fool me once,
So
shame on
maybe,
you.
maybe FD can help us with what is that broken trust that you're talking about? Because you say it's tough.
Okay. For example, imagine someone who goes into jail for embezzlement. He comes out, he's going to need a job. The first thing any employer is going to say is, can I trust this person? And this is where employers need to look at the system and understand that the system has done all it can to change this person. So you have to have faith in the system in order to have faith in the person.
What, you mean because they've gone to jail, they're rehabilitated? But that doesn't happen all the time.
No, because he's embezzled, so he's
but we have to believe that these people have tried to rehabilitate. That's how you give them a second chance, right?
Personally or the system?
The system. And that's, I think, is the hardest thing.
You take the guy in and you guide the person along. Right.
Possible, if I'm willing to spend that time. If I'm willing to spend
You'll
that time.
be doing a good thing.
And my personal belief is a lot of people don't. My personal belief is a lot of people.
What do you think, Jerry?
Let's expand it a little bit more, because when I was looking at second chances, although it was sparked off by the event itself and by the interactions and the stories of the ex-offenders, and I was looking at second chances, it's not just the offenders or something that is illegal. But if we look at second chances, you and I give people second chances all the time. How about like spousal abuse? How about if a student cheats in examination
or steals something,
or steal something from the shop? So all these behaviors, and if we expand that, it is broken trust. It's not just, this particular group of people. So, there are a few things that we need to keep in mind where, if I hear FD correctly, yes, there's a broken trust, but this person has not broken your trust. But you've taken on that belief from what he has done of the past. So now what that happens is it makes you fearful. Okay, so if you fear, then you will not give the other person a second chance. If you fear this person, or you fear the behavior that they're going to do, so that's a future event, then we will not give the person a second chance.
So what you're saying is we shouldn't be judging them on what they've previously done, and we should give them a clean slate. Almost like erase that thought of what had happened before.
Yeah, we don't erase, the past informs us of certain things that have happened with them. Yeah. And that may inform us of what they can do. But we are looking at breaking the pattern. So can we help them to break the pattern? There are several people that we are looking at here. So different levels of need. So some that know the type of change that they want, and they have the resources. Those that know that they want to change, but no resources. Okay? Those that are very ignorant of what is actually wrong. And those that choose not to change at all. We don't know, so based on what FD is saying, we don't know which category does this person belong to, and we are trying to discern from our interview or interaction with the person. For the student that cheated in an examination, for the spouse that has abused the other for the millionth time over, so which category do they belong to? Are they choosing not to change at all? Are they ill-equipped and need the resources? So what FD is saying, the system, whether they're rehabilitated, we are attempting to give them resources, but do they actually realize whether they are in the wrong? It's not lip service. So do they know exactly what wrong they have done, so that the system can help them? The system can only help them if they know, or if they realize what gaps they have.
Right.
And then they can utilize the resources. Sorry, yes.
It's okay. We are going on the radio.
Okay.
No, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Step to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Dr. Geraldine Tan from the Therapy Room.
So, Dr. Jerry, today we're talking about giving second chances. And on the Big Show TV, you were giving some examples about, say, people who shoplift, people who have, say, pilfered from a company, and also you mentioned spousal abuse. You mentioned someone who could have done it for the thousandth or 100th time or something like that. Is it worth giving that kind of I'm not saying that kind of sorry, not that kind of person. Is it worth giving an individual like that a second chance? Because then the wife or the husband would have said, okay, I'll give you a second chance and it happens again. I'll give you a third chance. I'll give you a 100th chance.
Who would take something like that?
Yeah.
Right?
But when it comes to, like, say, a crime in that sense, that the person is caught by the authorities and thrown into jail, that's very, very different, isn't it? Because that is literally a second chance. The person comes out and all that. But with someone who does it behind closed doors and all that, where is the crime according to society? He's not been thrown into jail, he or she.
So if we only look at whether it's a criminal act or not, then it makes it very difficult. Just now I was talking about the 4 different levels, whether the person wants to change, has resources, wants to change, no resources, whether they are ignorant that their behavior is wrong. That's the 3rd category. And the 4th category is those that choose not to change. So that one that has done it for the 1,000th time, perhaps the person is choosing not to change.
Yeah, but
so the history has told us,
so the
right?
victim needs to do something, right?
Yeah, the victim does.
You know what I mean? So if
the victim,
if the victim is being hit,
Yeah.
by his or her spouse,
Yeah.
for the 100th time, and chooses to remain in the relationship, I say that victim should hit herself or himself a few more times.
But often the
Sometimes it's
victim thinks
hard,
it's
yeah.
hard. And often the victim does not have the courage to leave. Thinks that there is no other choice. There is
Okay.
nowhere else for the person to go, or does not have anyone they can turn to.
No resources.
No resources. Yeah.
yeah, but surely,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not as easy as you.
Really?
as you- No,
Yeah.
it's
No.
not.
It's not
It's
easy.
not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to spousal abuse, it is a whole different
yeah,
ballgame.
it's not easy.
And
at all.
sometimes it's not just physical, it's emotional.
It's emotional.
And they're not
abuse.
staying there
Correct.
because they want it. They're not
Yeah.
like sitting there going, "Yeah, okay, bring it on." You know what I mean? It's
No.
not like that. It is.
No.
It is very, very painful.
Okay.
So sometimes we need to see why we are giving that second chance. Okay, that intention behind giving that second chance. So don't give out of fear that I can't find someone else, right? Or don't give, or don't just be very look at the past and say, oh, for old time's sake, I will give you that chance. We've been together for so long. Or just based on somebody's words. If it's the 1,000th time someone is saying, sorry, I won't do it again. Do we really just want to depend on their words? Because their words may just be
nothing.
empty, right? Or external pressure, because I've also had situations where externally, people are saying, you sure or not, you might not get the kids, or you might not get the alimony, the external pressure that is being given onto you, or the
Or
parents
the
saying,
guilt as well. The guilt
Correct.
of breaking the
Guilt.
family up and leaving the kids, or there's a lot
correct.
involved.
So that desperate hope, right, that things will change and you can have that intact family. Yeah. Or sometimes they pity the other person.
I think the problem lies in many different areas. Let's deal with this when we come
Okay,
back.
but I just want to tell anyone who is being abused right now or sexually harassed that there is a hotline for you guys to call. It's 1-800-777-0000. That's 1-800-777-0000. This is the National Anti-Violence and Sexual Harassment Helpline.
That's right.
Nice.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Jerry on The Big Show TV. In the meantime, here's NKOTB.
Jerry, I think everybody watching and listening to us truly believes that people do deserve a second chance. But I think what in the real world, let's say we deal with someone who's pilfered money. They go into jail, they come out of jail. most employers would not put them in a situation where they have anything to do with money. They'll put them in a situation where they don't have anything to do with money, in a situation that they are not capable of handling. And I think that again leads to a problem, because they are not happy anymore and they fall back.
But it's good not to have the temptation, no?
It is good, but a lot of people can't handle that, I feel. You know, for example, if I'm a chief financial officer and I've done something wrong, I go into jail, I come out, and you give me a job somewhere 5 rungs down where I don't deal with money. I don't know anything else.
Retraining, is that involved?
Is it
Dr.
about?
Jerry?
Is it
Retraining?
about? Is a second chance about reinventing yourself?
I think we're getting a little bit confused. Giving a second chance is not just simply dishing out trust. I think we need to remember that trust is earned and it's not just given. So if, let's say, I would want to take that second chance, then I would need to work from the bottom. I'm working from ground zero. That means I choose to receive. Now, we can give that second chance. The person on the other side needs to receive that second chance. Of course, we give it respectfully. I think, we are not going to demean the person. We are not going to put down the person. Yes, we might not give, the role exactly what they had before, perhaps because of what they had done. But we also give that second chance respectfully, and we accord, at least quite a good level to them, maybe in the company or even in schools.
So that means the person who is being given a second chance is starting on the back foot.
Well, if they choose and they humble themselves, so a part of receiving the second chance is humbling yourself, having humility. So that is a very important quality of receiving chances.
So what about giving chances? What can we do to give chances?
So when we give chances, right, there's an element of, we always hear this very cliche, forgive and forget, right? So how do we forgive? We have 3 things that we usually encourage people to do. One, we want them to know what is that emotion that they are feeling. So we spoke about guilt the last time, just now. It could be fear, it could be all sorts of emotions that are holding us back from forgiving. Then we have to make that decision. We have to make that choice to then forgive, because we can think about it, but we don't act upon it. So we don't make that decision to forgive. And then when you do that, there's a lot of baggage that comes together with all these, right? If we're looking at a second chance in a very heavy way, then we need to process all of it. So there's 3 steps.
So what do you think, Jerry? Do you think the second chance thing is just a show? To make everyone look,
I know
nice.
I know where Glenn's coming.
You know what I mean?
I know where Glenn's
It's like,
coming
because
with
I
this.
think deep down inside, the majority of people, they're unwilling to give people a second chance,
judgmental.
actually.
Yeah, very judgmental.
Very
Yes,
judgmental.
extremely.
Super duper judgmental. Judgmental to the max. Judgmental.com, everybody.
For example, as soon as you say that guy used to beat his wife up, but he's a changed man.
Exactly.
Or that person stole $1 million from the company, but don't worry, give him a second. It's very, very hard. Even
It's like Yellow Ribbon Project. It's high, yellow ribbon around the old tree, or whatever. But really?
No, but
it's just a show.
As much as Angel said that, the flip side of that coin, the one side of the coin says, oh, he's done that, he's a changed man. The flip side of the coin is, he's done it once, he'll do it again.
Exactly.
That's the flip side
A
of the
leopard
coin.
never changes its spots and all that, right?
Take Joseph Schooling, for example. Okay? I know no one wants to bring it up, right? It's a bit awkward. But, what he did. He admitted. He was honest.
Yeah.
But everyone's judging him.
Yep.
Everyone's judging him. Some people are condemning him.
The kind of memes that are out there is like they made him to be something that he's not. I mean, it's so
he didn't even have to admit it, but he did. He was honest.
Yeah.
So which brings the question: does it make a difference if it's a one-time thing or if it's a repeated thing, based on the kind of second chance that you're giving, or is a second chance a second chance? It shouldn't come with no conditions in that sense.
It's a very difficult one. So it really depends on who is in front of you and the whole nature. So it's very dynamic, right? So if this person has repeated a couple of times, but you realize this person is, what was one case, was really, really poor. So therefore, he stole from 7-Eleven. So breaking the pattern is not breaking the stealing pattern. It's teaching him how to earn his money, giving him a job. Yeah. But this guy has stolen, right? So how can he earn your trust if you put him at the cashier? That dilemma there. But this person, if you find out, I think most of the time we judge superficially without finding out the story. So now you know the story of this little boy that is poor and therefore steals. Suddenly you have a lot more compassion for this child and say, I will give you a second chance, although you stole from my shop 5 times. Yeah. So I don't think it's the number of times. Sometimes I feel it's us not finding out the story behind, right? But if this person just wants to steal and it's very, very defiant, then maybe I would lock him out and black mark him from my shop.
So this is the time where we can ask why. Right? Because you said as a psychologist, you usually don't use the word why, but in this case, we do ask what is the backstory to this? Why did you do this?
What is the backstory?
What is the backstory?
Okay.
Not the why.
And some people who steal are kleptomaniacs.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Which is true.
That's a condition.
That's a condition, yeah.
That's a condition.
Yeah, which is true.
20 seconds.
So,
okay.
Going on air.
Okay, perhaps we can talk about what can we do, the forgive, forget, and letting go.
I want to talk about the forgive and forget, quite honestly.
I think if you're a forgive and forget person, you will forget and forget. If you're not a forgive and forget person, you will never forgive and forget.
You may forgive, but you will never forget.
There's a third group of people.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's find out what the third group of people are like.
3,
Yeah, very much.
Don't forget and forget.
1FM 91.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show in Singapore. We are The Big Show, and our guest for this morning is award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan.
Every time you say the biggest and best breakfast show, I feel like we need a McDonald's big breakfast.
Oh.
Right?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised McDonald's hasn't approached us.
Yeah, we've mentioned that so many times.
Perfect.
Right?
And we always order, right? After a night
Now they got the new
of drinking, the
Mac
following
Pepper
morning.
McPepper burger.
Yeah,
Wow.
And the scrambled egg burger as well.
Yes.
Scrambled egg.
With the Charizard on the screen, and I got Charizard on my arm, guys.
A what?
A what?
A
Chorizo?
Charizard, which is a Pokemon.
A Charizard. Oh, I thought he was talking about a sausage.
I thought it was some kind of new patty they
Are
had.
you sure that's the correct way to pronounce? How do you spell that?
Spell.
Don't make Sean spell.
You're doing like Charizard. Now, what the hell is a Charizard?
Okay, Angel said we wanted to talk about things we can do. Forgive and forget. Now, I personally think, and tell me if I'm wrong, Jerry, I may be, I think with the majority of people, I'm generalizing? Yeah, I am. With the majority of people, we can forgive. We can forgive. We can forgive a lot.
Can't forget, though.
But we can't forget.
Never forget.
Never
We
forget.
can't forget. That is our defense system. That's our warning system. So we forgive, but a lot of us can't forget.
Although you are becoming very forgetful these days, according to Shaun.
Yes.
Yeah, Sean said.
Sometimes
What's
you
your
forget
name
to forgive.
Maybe you might naturally forget.
Yeah. No, but I'm being serious. I'm being
Okay,
serious.
all right.
Is that a problem?
I think a lot of us think that forgetting means completely erasing our memory. No, that forms anything that we do. That's why we need to be responsible for our actions, right? Anything that we do forms our past, forms our history, right? So it's not about forgetting history. it's about not dwelling on history. So that's different. So forgetting in this situation is not dwelling on the past. So for example, when people quarrel, they like to pull out things from like 10, 20 years ago. That is not forgetting. So I say, I forgive you, but you know, the last time you did this to me. Not forgetting. You see that you forgive, you're with the person, but you're still stuck in the past because you keep drudging up the past. So, you know, forgetting is not, you know, totally just erasing. Like some people come in here and they say, can you just hypnotize me so that I don't remember anything? My answer is no.
But by not forgetting, does that, because you can't not forget, right? It's always there in your memories, like you say. By not forgetting, does that also mean that we kind of have that defense mechanism waiting for the ball to drop again?
It is that alarm system that we have. So our brains, you know, human beings are really, really complex. We want to look out for the signs and symptoms and see whether if someone is slipping. So we always have that in our minds. You know, it is our, like I say, alarm system so that we are kept safe. But it's not about forgetting the past at all. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like I need the neuralizer.
From Men in Black.
Yes, Men in Black.
That's the
God,
best,
so
right?
good.
Yeah.
So good.
That's
so
awesome.
Good. Let me know if you buy it. I'll buy it off you.
I need a reverse neuralizer, something to help me remember.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Jerry on the Big Show TV in the meantime. Dr. Geraldine
Dr.
time.
You need to be clever to have a doctor in front of your
Correct.
name. Yeah.
Aww.
So, do
No,
you have
it's
any
just-
final words? Is it already time?
No lah. Is it time already? No.
That's what Sean put the paper.
It's time already.
Yeah.
Yes, wrap up. 3 minutes.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay,
All
3
right,
minutes.
Jerry?
You
Yeah.
have 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, we didn't get to talk about it, but I always find the toughest person to forgive is the self. It's always the self. And actually, forgiving someone else, you need to forgive yourself first. And we don't realize that. We need to forgive ourselves for putting ourselves in a situation. We need to forgive ourselves for all the mistakes that we have done so ourselves also, you know, and to let our own past go so that we free ourselves and then have the capacity to give the other person a second chance. So when we give ourselves a second chance, we then have the space to give someone else a second chance.
It's like loving yourself before you
Wow.
can love anyone else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I have a way
Same
though. I have a
concept.
way to feel better.
Tell us, whiskey, is it?
So sometimes when you kind of like make a mistake and you're going to be like hard on yourself
Yeah.
or whatever, you just exclaim really loud, "Damn it!"
Does that help?
It helps.
Doesn't help me.
So like when I'm on the
Right.
golf course and I make a mistake, you know, I've got like supposed to have one swing thought, but I've got 10 swing thoughts, right? Because, you know, it's all about that. And I know I've just hit a bad shot and I should not have hit a bad shot if I had recalled, you know, what I needed to recall. I just go, "Damn it!"
Are you sure damn it's like the most vulgar you get?
Yes.
Okay.
He's rather
definitely.
PG.
He's rather PG, is
On
he?
the golf course.
Yeah,
Golf course.
yeah, because I mean there are a
They
lot
get-
of
they get
people
fined.
there.
Do you get fined if you curse?
Yes.
Oh,
you get
okay.
banned 6 months from the course.
Wow.
So anyway, the other day I forgot my car key. I went down all the way to the car park and
Damn it.
then I couldn't open my
Oh,
car.
did you scream damn it?
I was so angry. I was like, "Damn it!" It was like, you know, in the car park, it's like
echo some more.
echoing and everywhere. And then I went up to get my key. I went down. Okay, I was cool again. You know, it's
Okay,
like-
all right,
Yeah.
okay.
So try it.
So you forgave yourself. That
Yeah.
was your forgiving. Okay.
Just like move on. You know, after you say "damn it," just move on.
No, but I've got to say, Jerry, I think that those are some really powerful words. I
Thanks.
wonder how many,
Mine.
not yours, Jerry's. I wonder how many people have actually sat back, thought about the mistakes they've made, and forgiven themselves for it. I think a lot of us don't. I'm sitting here thinking, and there's a lot I need to forgive myself for
Yes.
that I haven't
Yes.
bothered to sit down and think about.
Myself as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And as you think and reflect, right? So I like how FD takes us into this very contemplative mode. So as we sit and reflect on the mistakes that we make, so know how we feel about it, that emotion, okay? And then give yourself that decision point, make that decision to give yourself the forgiveness. And if you do need to process it, then process it with someone, with a friend, with a family, with a professional. Yeah, so some of them are quite stuck and stuck quite deep inside ourselves, and it can get triggered anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this FD's look I've seen before, because when I was growing up, my mom used to take me to Novena Church all the time. So, it's like everyone who's approaching Our Lady of Perpetual Succor to kneel down there and pray looks like FD right now.
Filled with guilt.
Filled with guilt.
Filled with contemplation.
Jerry, this is where I have to forgive on the show, no? I have to forgive on the show.
On the show.
Only Glenn, yeah? He's the only one talking.
He's
right
the only
now.
one who opened his mouth.
Exactly, yeah. I didn't do anything.
I've got the perfect quote to end with all these, and this being a radio station. So the quote goes, "We can't always choose the music life plays for us, but we can choose how we dance to it."
Love that.
Very nice.
Love that.
Love
done,
it.
Jerry.
That deserves a call.
I will dance.
Oh,
She does.
okay, yes.
She dances.
She dances?
Now we found out.
now
We
we
need to
know.
bring her to
Remember,
Simply Retro.
She took up dancing in school. She said Chinese traditional dance, right? If I remember right.
Oh, you remember?
Of course.
Hey, but you don't go to Simply Retro and then Chinese traditional dance, huh?
We won't stand near you.
On
Who's that
Fridays.
girl? We don't know.
Manya on Fridays. Oh, speaking of Chimes, Ren won.
Congratulations!
We'll see you at the concert.
Annyeong haseyo.
Annyeong haseyo.
All right.
Annyeong haseyo. Okay. Thanks, Dr.
I'll
Jerry.
see all of
Thanks.
you.
See you
Bye-bye.
next
See you, Jerry.
time. Bye.
Okay. Bye.